You know, we all think we know what a strawberry tastes like, but that berry you get from the supermarket, it's a whole different world from its tiny, wildly flavorful ancestor, the Alpine strawberry. Today, we're going on a quest for that real flavor. Here's a quote that really kicks things off. If you have only ever eaten strawberries from a plastic clamshell, you have likely never tasted a real strawberry. Wow, that's a bold statement, right? But it perfectly sets up our mission to find out what a real strawberry is all about and maybe figure out how to get one. So, what is the big difference here? Well, it's a tale of two very different berries. On one side, you've got your commercial strawberry. It's an absolute marvel of modern agriculture, bred to be big, tough, and to survive a long trip to the grocery store. Flavor? Kind of an afterthought. But on the other side, you have the Alpine strawberry. It's all about the experience, an intense, explosive flavor that the source calls something like strawberry candy mixed with floral perfume. To even begin a quest like this, we've got to understand our ally, right? And in this case, it's the plant itself. What's so cool about the Alpine strawberry plant is that it's remarkably well behaved. You could almost call it courteous. Its habits are probably not what you'd expect from a strawberry plant. First off, and this is a game changer, no runners. Unlike its cousins that send shoots out all over your garden, the Alpine strawberry just grows in a neat, tidy little mound. Plus, it's everbearing, which just means it gives you fruit constantly, all season long, from spring right up until the first frost. And get this, it actually likes a bit of shade. Okay, so a polite, neat plant that gives you amazing fruit all summer and likes the shade sounds perfect. So what's the catch? Well, here it is. You almost always have to grow them from seed. And this, my friends, is where the real challenge begins. But don't worry, I'm gonna let you in on a little piece of secret knowledge to give you a leg up. The cold stratification hack. All you do is pop the seeds in the freezer for a few weeks. You're basically mimicking a cold winter. This simple trick tells the seed, hey, winter's over, it's time to wake up when you thawed out, and it can seriously boost your chances of getting them to sprout. And you're gonna want every advantage you can get, because here's the honest-to-goodness hurdle, the one that stops most people. A staggering 90% of beginners fail right at this first step, the sowing stage. So why is it so hard? It all comes down to this one single, non-negotiable golden rule. Ready? Alpine strawberry seeds need light to germinate. You have to sprinkle them right on the surface of the soil. Maybe press them down gently so they make contact, but whatever you do, do not bury them. This one tiny detail is the secret to beating that 90% failure rate. So, you've done that, you've followed the golden rule, and now comes the next trial, the waiting game. Seriously, you won't see a thing for weeks. It is a massive test of a gardener's patience. But hang in there, because somewhere around week 2, maybe even week 4, you'll finally see them. The first teeny tiny little green specks of success. Phew, okay, they've sprouted. Success. But we're not out of the woods yet. Now you enter the next phase of the challenge, nurturing these incredibly tiny, delicate seedlings. And let me tell you, their road to becoming a real plant is agonizingly slow. And at this stage, you're gonna be staring at those little specks, asking the single most nerve-wracking question, when in the world can I finally move these fragile little things without, killing them? Well, here's the answer you're looking for. It's called the true leaf rule. See those first 2 little leaves that pop up? Those are just starter leaves. You have to wait until the plant develops 3 or 4 of its proper, serrated edge, true leaves. That's your green light. That's the signal that it's finally strong enough to handle a move. And here's one more absolutely critical tip for transplanting day. You have to pay close attention to something called the crown. That's the little spot right at the base where the stems meet the roots. If you bury that crown under the soil, the plant will rot, and it's game over. It has to stay above the soil line. Okay, after months of patience, you have finally reached the climax of this whole quest, the harvest. But even here, there's a special technique to make sure you're claiming your reward at the peak of that gourmet flavor we've been talking about. This part requires a total shift in how we think about ripe fruit. With normal strawberries, we're trained to just look for that deep red color. With Alpines, you've got to forget your eyes and start using your nose. It's called the perfume test, and it's exactly what it sounds like. The real sign that an Alpine berry is perfectly ripe is its scent.
when you can literally smell that sweet, floral, candy-like perfume just wafting up from the plant, that's when you pick it.
But I have to warn you, this incredible reward is fleeting. Alpine strawberries are so fragile, it's unbelievable. They are the definition of a garden-to-mouth fruit. They don't store, they don't ship, they will turn to mush in a matter of hours. This is a luxury meant to be enjoyed right then and there.
So, when you think about it, all that work, the freezing, the careful sowing, the weeks of waiting, the delicate transplanting, you are left with the ultimate prize for all your patience. It really is a true labor of love.
And what's the experience it all leads to? The source paints this amazing picture of planting them along a walkway, just so you can casually snack on nature's candy every single time you walk by. Which, of course, leaves us with that one final question. You now know the quest is long and the challenges are very real. So you have to decide for yourself, is the promise of tasting a real strawberry, that ultimate fleeting incredible flavor, worth the ultimate exercise and patience? The choice, as they say, is yours.